Hey everybody, back at it again. 1968 Firebird, the Great Pumpkin, complete overhaul here in my two-car garage. That's the plans, what we've been doing so far. If you've been following along, we noticed we got the one-piece floor pan all fitted into place, screwed in temporarily. I haven't actually welded it in yet because just in case I needed to move things around, I have that option. So I like using these little screws or self-tappers to get everything put together and test fitted. Once I like everything, I start burning everything all in. But this time around, I need to get the trunk floor dropped out of this thing because that one's kind of crusty, sad, and not that great of shape. And I determined by the time I patched it, I was probably better off just replacing it because of rust. Well, this was an Indiana car, so it has some rust issues. Surprise! But besides that, hope this information helps you out a whole lot on your build. Something to keep in mind on the one-piece trunk floors is that it can only be installed if you remove the tail panel so you can get it to fit in because it does not fit through the trunk opening. This time I don't need to prove it because I know it doesn't. And then the other thing you could do is if you drop the rear frame rails, you can sneak it up that way too. But this car I plan on replacing the tail panel, inner and outer. So I'm going to get the trunk floor dropped out of it, cut the tail panel partially apart to get me room to get the trunk floor test fitted, and then I'll replace the tail panel completely. But let me show you how I do it. Works real good. I get the alignment right and everything works out nice. But first step is get you inside the car here, show you what needs to be disconnected, cut off, broke loose, however you want to see it, so we can drop that trunk floor out of here. Alright, essential tools this time around. We got the Sawzall with an extra long blade to reach in because we got to cut through several layers of metal, sheet metal that is. Got the old death bit here because we're going to need that to get the initial cuts going. And of course, this is obvious. We have to have the orange Mountain Dew and the brick. Well, actually, maybe not so much the brick this time as much as the big old boot. You'll see why here at the end. Alright, here we go. Inside the car. It doesn't look all much more gooder now. No more holes, no more Flintstone power glued in with silicone patches. So making some pretty good progress. Now, inside back here is where we're going to start. Obviously, this is the trunk floor back here. You can see through the opening here. The trunk floor, this side is not as bad. The driver's side has got a whole lot more rust going on it. And that's the reason I think I decided to go ahead and replace it because it's rusting between all the panels. But this isn't that big of a deal. Doing the floor pan, I think it's probably a little more labor intensive sometimes, but what I want to do first, we're going to cut a straight line down through here, probably about a 1/4 inch or so from the wheel well, because I plan on reusing these wheel wells. They're actually in really nice shape. So I'm going to cut the trunk floor loose from it and go ahead and take that line straight back and cut it all the way out back to there. And that will cut me loose from the wheel well. I have to come through here and actually probably drill the spot welds out. This car has been fighting me. Normally the spot welds take my air hammer and chisel bit and they just pop. Well, this car, they must have learned how to weld or maybe had new tips on the spot welder, because I'll tell you what, they're holding up a whole lot more better than the other cars I've done in the past. Same thing over here, about a 1/4 inch or so, just cut straight down through there, follow the fender well. That's about all I have to do here on the inside. Now let's go on the outside of the car. Now when we get back here to the back of the car, a couple things to keep in mind. Like I said, the tail panel. This is going to end up coming off completely by the time that I'm done, because this one we discovered has got a little bit of a bow to it. It's been hit in the middle, and it's got some dings, dents, and waves. And then, not to mention, you really need to get that out to put the trunk floor in. But I'm going to cut this thing in half, basically, is what I'm going to do for now. I'm going to cut it somewhere maybe around in here, and then leave the top portion of the tail panel in place to help keep everything, quarter panel, everything, trunk opening, kind of in place until I get everything cut out. I kind of do one piece at a time to kind of keep things in alignment. And the other thing to keep in mind is right here behind here, of course, this is where the bumper goes, but the frame rails tie into not this panel, but the inner tail panel. So I need to get access to that. So I'll probably end up just cutting it straight down and then cutting the whole tail panel through both inner and outer just on the outside of the frame rail. Then I'm going to cut all the way across here on the back of this thing. That would take care of the getting it loose from the tail panel. And then on the inside of the trunk latch has a brace here. It's tied to the floor pan down here, and that's held in by an actual, they MIG weld it, not spot weld it, but MIG weld. So I'll just take the cutoff wheel just this side of the bead on both sides and pop that loose and leave this in place for now. But when it gets inside here, what we're going to do, same thing. About a 1/4 inch, kind of, you see this little line is at. Actually, it's a pretty good reference point. Kind of bring it straight back, and the frame rail is right now, right here, directly below this. So I'm going to keep it pretty close to the wheelhouse there. Now bring this thing straight back. Same thing, and bring it back here to where the bumper brace is at. And so then at this point, I've probably already cut all the way through across the rear tail panel. And that should then drop the whole trunk floor right out of this car. So I'll probably start with popping those parts inside the car, those loose. Then I'll cut these loose, and then I'll make my I'll probably do my horizontal cut here, and then cut number here, and cut right there. I think it's gonna hit the floor. Now, so far so good. It's actually popping the spot welds pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and use the butter cutter technique here. And use a really flat chisel bit and keep popping these spot welds here. But check this out. Alright, I've got these popped loose. They actually popped out pretty easy. A couple there, and I thought that was a spot weld, but it must not have actually penetrated nothing. It's cut loose, and this one's cut loose just the same. And once I get the trunk floor out of the way, I'll come back with a hammer and dolly, and I'll clean that edge up, and I'll do a little buffing on it. That'll be out just fine. Get in the clubhouse here. Now, like I said, I'll drop a cut right through here. Got my death wheel ready with a Wi-Fi guard. We'll see what happens. Not a whole lot of metal, it's just nothing but rust, so it cut through like powder. So we're gonna give the death wheel a trip here. See if I can get in here and cut right along that fender well. See if we do any good. Alright, I already got in here and cut this loose. Did a horizontal cut this way, and had it cut just this corner here, but you can see now it's cut loose from the trunk floor. That's for the trunk latch brace. Now, eventually I ended up taking it loose from the tail panel because I actually plan on replacing that, but I already used this piece here. It's actually in really nice shape. Sandblast to clean it up, weld it back in, so that's cut loose. Alright, first things first, we're going to do this cut across the back. But they'll get the frame rail separated from the outer and inner. I'm just gonna cut them out together and take it out and separate it later. So kind of imagine, this is where a bumper bolts on. So just to the side of that, if you climb up underneath the car, that's about where it'd be welded on. So I'm just gonna cut through both panels with a Sawzall most likely, all the way up to that body line here on both sides. And then we'll come back through here and cut this completely across. So it's probably Sawzall or the death wheel, and that'll separate the tail panel from the rest of the body. And it leaves all this in place to kind of give the car some structure, because you don't want to start cutting this thing completely apart or you get all out of whack. But we know how to measure to the floor. And that was the previous episode in case you missed it. So next thing I'm going to do, go ahead and buzz up both these sides here. We'll try it with the Sawzall first to see how well that does. Too bad. Alright, now that both sides are cut vertically, I want to take the cutoff wheel and cut all the way up to here to clear the weldment for that bumper bracket. And then once that's cut loose, I'll come across here and basically just kind of follow that body line with the cutoff wheel, and that should release the back of the car. second thought, I'm gonna cut it across the top. I'll get you up a little close and personal. It was going this way, then it dawned on me that wouldn't get through both panels. The cutoff wheel wasn't deep enough. 68 must be a little bit different, but 69 is tucked up real close. You can stab both, I think. Yeah, it's been a while, but regardless, come all the way up here, cut across here, cuts through both the panels, all the way across the back of the car. They're actually separated quite nicely now. So the next thing we're gonna do is get inside the trunk and finish where I started up there and bring that line all the way back, making sure we don't hit the frame rail. So we're gonna tuck it kind of close all the way back to here. As you can see, my line is there. So we're gonna come on just that side of the bumper brace, as long as it can focus. We'll cut this side and do the same thing to that side. And this thing will be on the floor in no time. Now this side's all cut. Now I'll do the same thing to the other side, but I'm gonna move the camera first because probably gonna fall out and hit the floor, and I don't want to damage that because then we can't play anymore. So we get you moved, and you get the thing cut, and we'll see what happens. I got all my cutting done. It actually started to fall there in the front, looking pretty good. I can't figure out why it just won't go, because I have one little tiny spot right there. So as soon as I cut that, hopefully this thing will just fall right to the floor. So let's find out. Death whale engaged. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta get a little samurai kick. Hung up here in the corner, it's a little bit of actual still some good metal. But again, check this out. No more trunk floor. Definitely not gonna hide the kids' Christmas presents in here because, well, they're not gonna stay in the trunk so good. Now, you can see the back side of those panels. They need a little clean up, a little touch up, but I said hammer and dolly work on that. And here's one of the holes on the patch on the inner fender well. Not too bad, but I say a pretty simple fix. Now, next thing, you just come back through here, clean up all this mess, get the trunk drop offs the rest of the way out of there. Probably section the quarter panel just a little bit, but the goal was get this on the floor, and there she be. Little note, this is obviously the old trunk floor. Don't throw that away yet. We're gonna have to transfer the spare tire hold down. They do not come with the AMD trunk floor. And I also noticed this one didn't come with the shock mount braces welded to it. So I recycled them off the old floor here. Gonna transfer those to the new ones. But as for the rest of it, pretty much scrap, except I'm gonna go ahead and try to peel the frame rails off of it, but I'll probably cut this in half, make it easier to move around for me. Hey, so there you have it, trunk floor on the floor. Knocked it out of there. All I needed is a Sawzall cutoff wheel and a big old boot hammer called my foot to knock the bottom out of this thing here. It's just being a little bit stubborn. Some of the metal, surprise, wasn't rusted out and junk, because typically these cars are pretty rusty, crusty, and tired. And by the time you start cutting, most of that just kind of falls apart. Well, this one's not that bad, but maybe going a little bit overboard, but I want to make this one super nice. I like to bring the cars back up to really like or better than new condition. That's the goal of this car here, to make it super, super nice. When you see it, say, wow. I had enough of all that there, but next time around, you'll see me working on getting this thing all cleaned up, all the edges, the fender wells patched up and doctored up, getting that floor pan prepped to go in. And we'll also have to peel back this old trunk floor to expose those frame rails to determine whether they are salvageable or not. Because surprise, surprise, these cars rust from the inside out. If you build any of these cars, you've dug into them, you know what I'm talking about here. Unfortunately, they just left a lot of stuff bare steel on these cars, and I just wish they didn't. But then again, if they did, I wouldn't have so much fun taking them apart and putting them back together. So with that being said, if there's any part of this journey you'd like to see a little more detail on, because sometimes I just get carried away and start knocking this stuff out, and sometimes forget to grab you guys, and I'm sorry about that. But like I said, if there's something you'd like to see, let me know. I'll write up on my board, make sure I get that question covered when I get to that point. That's going to wrap it up for this time around, and we'll catch you guys next time.